Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode of Talking Movies with D, and that's me. Here on the show, we give you the latest in everything movie news related, and I'll basically break it down and let you know what everything means. I'm your host, Derek Woodard, actor, model, and big movie buff, and I'm very excited. We have a very special show because the Super Bowl just got over, and we're not going to talk the Super Bowl because it's sports, because this is, a movie show. But another good part of the Super Bowl, which a lot of people also watch it for, is the trailers and commercials. Now, the trailers were kind of hit or miss. They're kind of bad this year. But the part that I was excited for was all the trailers. There wasn't supposed to be a lot initially this year, but I guess at the last minute, or at least behind the scenes, they all knew what trailers were going to be shown. So I'm going to talk about a few of my favorite ones, but before I do, I'm just going to name off all the ones that were actually shown during the Super Bowl. So we have Jurassic World, which has Chris Pratt in it, Tomorrow World with George Clooney, Kingsman with Samuel Jackson, Ted 2 with Mark Wahlberg, Minions with whoever's in that. That's an animated movie. Terminator with Arnold Schwarzenegger and the girl from Game of Thrones. Let's see, we have Fast 7 with The Rock and that entire Furious cast. You got Pitch Perfect with Anna Kendrick, Seventh Son with Jeff Bridges, and Insurgent with Shailene Woodley. Since there's so many of them, I'm gonna skip over some of them. I'm not really gonna talk too much on most of them. For at least for Insurgent, I just want to say I like the first movie, but the second one's the trailers just aren't doing nothing for me because they're not giving us nothing into the world. We're just seeing like it was her falling and everything slow motion. It was boring. And then the one thing that kind of got me, and it's because I'm a fan of The Matrix. It says she is the one. It's like no, she's not Neo. She's not in the Matrix world. So don't give her that credit. But that's all for that. I'm still gonna see the movie, but it's like the trailers are just they don't have me excited at all. Pitch Perfect. The trailer was so. It didn't really do anything for me. I love the first Pitch Perfect. It just in the trailers for the first one had had you singing along on all the songs, but this trailer just was. They didn't get me excited for the movie. I mean, I'm gonna watch it, and it definitely wasn't better than the last trailer. But I'm still gonna see it. And just the trailer wasn't that much for me. The Fast 7 trailer was just like you expect from Fast 7. They had the big trick where, or the unbelievable stunt to where a car goes from one building and flies into another one. And my first question was, how did you get into the first building in the first place? But that trailer actually tricked me because after he jumped into the other trailer or jumped into another building in the car, I think I stopped paying attention. I was like, oh, that trailer's over because they just went to the building, and then when the car went crashing, I was like, oh crap, it's the same trailer. I just wasn't paying that much attention, I guess. The Terminator trailer, it's kind of so. I'm not sure. I'm nervous about Terminator, and I'm rooting for it because Arnold Schwarzenegger is still a good actor and still makes good movies. And then the girl Khaleesi, who's playing Sarah O'Connor, I'm rooting for her because I'm a big Game of Thrones fan. So I'm hoping the movie's good. It's just the trailers are just maybe the trailers are pretty good, but I just think it's gonna be bad. So I'm trying to have low expectations for that movie. Ted 2, I'm so excited for Ted 2, and the trailer to the Super Bowl trailer, it was cool, but it was it was basically a real Super Bowl trailer because they it wasn't part of the movie when they went to Tom Brady's house and was trying to lift it up his blanket and everything, and it was pretty funny. But I wish they would have showed the trailer that they already released because I watched that trailer maybe a week ago and I was laughing. I'm like, yes, I can't wait for Ted 2 to come out because they're just joking around and everything. It's just if you saw the first one, then you're gonna laugh at the trailer because the first movie was real good, and the trailer for the second one had me laughing. The other one was the Kingsman. I've been excited for this movie for a while. Since they first announced it, and then they dropped the first trailer with Samuel Jackson, and I'm even more excited. I have a friend that's actually going to see it tonight, and hopefully she says it was good, and I mean, she likes some movies that I don't care for, but if she comes out real excited for this movie, then I know that it should be good. So it's gonna keep my hopes up. As long as she don't say she'll dislike it, because there's not too many movies I've heard of her dislike. So that one should be fine. Tomorrowland. There's a lot of excitement behind this movie, but when the first trailer actually showed, I was like, I didn't get enough to know what it was about. I mean, it's based off of a ride in Disney. I mean, and Pirates of the Caribbean did it, and they made the first movie was real good, but I didn't know what to expect from it. I thought it'd be pretty cool, but after seeing the trailer, I'm more excited. You see the world that they're in. It's going to be very special effects driven, and they're trying to push that they do have a ride for us. So that part was kind of annoying, but I'm excited for that movie. And then the number one trailer for me, and I mean, I've already talked about it in maybe my second video. I don't remember, but it's Jurassic World. I mean, they gave you a little bit more of the story. They show you that Chris Pratt is he did train the Velociraptors to, I guess he trained them like dogs or whatever. I don't know. It's funny because people are like, you can't train Velociraptors, but we don't know. We weren't around when dinosaurs were, walking amongst the earth. So maybe you can train Velociraptors. At least scientifically, they're going to show you that they can train them. But after looking at the trailer, you can't train a pterodactyl because the pterodactyl were grabbing people. And I thought that was probably one of the funniest parts of the trailer. And then they showed that great white shark getting snatched up in the water again. So I enjoyed that. And then you finally got to see the beast they created. You got a pretty good look at it. And I don't know what to think about it yet. I don't know. I feel like it's gonna be good. I have a good feeling about it. I feel like I'm gonna go in there, and it might not be better than the first one because that's a tall order. And I mean, especially the magic of the first one because I was a kid, and that was the first time you really caught. I mean, the dinosaurs look legit, and that was the first time you seen it. And as a kid, it's like, man. So it might not be as good as the first one, or at least for me. But I'm pretty sure it's going to be better than the rest of them because the other ones were pretty bad. And this one actually, I mean, it looks like it's going to be real good. And they're trying to capture the magic the first one has. So I'm pretty hopeful for Jurassic World. That's all the trailers that actually showed. And I mean, that's all the only news I wanted to talk about because, Super Bowl, just want to do a special Super Bowl episode. I think I skipped over one. I skipped over Minions. And, Minions wasn't really a trailer, but just the Super Bowl one, just kind of like the Ted 2. And I am excited for the Minions. I mean, even their Super Bowl commercial was pretty funny. The Minions, their little language that they speak, and you kind of can understand what they're saying, even though they're not really speaking the language. And I also saw they actually have a new trailer out that had nothing to do with Super Bowl, and that trailer had me laughing. It's Sandra Bullock who plays the villain that they're trying to become part of. So I'm pretty sure Minion's gonna be. I'm to say I'm a 27-year-old going to see an animated TV show, animated movie. It's kind of funny, but hey, I do watch them. I have a goddaughter who's 12, and me and her try to go see. I mean, I want to see him too, but she also be like, yeah, Derek, let's go see that. So I have an excuse to go see those movies because I have a 12-year-old goddaughter. I use her to go see those animated movies. Anyways, I think I have one more thing. For Ted 2, I think in the Super Bowl spot, what I did I'm not a Tom Brady fan. I gotta say I'm not a Tom Brady fan, even though I was rooting for them to win because I didn't want the 12s to win. But it was funny how they. I had to laugh. Okay, when they lifted up the blanket, the light, all that stuff happened. And then when he's like, take your teddy bear too, and he launched him. And you might not have heard it because it was only a 30-second spot and everything was going fast. But Mark Wahlberg's like, he threw a perfect spiral. It's like, Tom Brady that good, he threw a teddy bear in a perfect spiral. I mean, I thought that was funny. But them capturing that little humor makes me have confidence that in Ted 2 they're going to have all the humor. I mean, the trailer I saw that was a separate from the Super Bowl ad had me laughing. I watched it on my phone in my car, and I was just laughing my behind off. So I'm not worried about Ted 2. It's probably one of my most anticipated movies. So I might as well get on to my movie picks for this week. In the movie theaters, actually right now is a most violent year. It's with Oscar Isaac and Jessica Chastain, and a name I have said on the show more. I've said on the show a lot, and I've been a fan of his since Red Tails, I think it was. Is David Oyelowo. He's also in the movie, and he's good as always. I mean, it wasn't a great performance. It wasn't asking a great performance of him. It was just a pretty good performance. But Oscar Isaac and Jessica Chastain. If you see the trailer with of the movie, Jessica Chastain has to me the best line, and it's I'm not gonna try to act it out, but I'm just gonna say what she said. She said she's like that was very disrespectful, and like threw her cigarette down, talking to David Oyelowo, and that was the best line to me. And the film feels like a gangster movie, but it really technically is not. I mean, it's Oscar Isaac and Jessica Chastain are married. They're a well-off family, and it starts with basically they're taking all their savings and they're trying to buy a property to grow their business because it's gonna if they get this property, they're gonna beat out all their competition, blow their competition out the water. They're already beating everybody, but they're about to blow everybody out the water if they can seal this deal. And they have a deadline, so they put all their savings in as just a deposit, and then they have to come up in 30 days with the rest of the money. And they're like, okay, we'll use our bank. And so many things happen to mess them up, and it's just basically a guy trying to make his dream happen. He put all his money into it, trying to make his dream happen, and things are happening every which way. And David Oyelowo plays a DEA who's trying to stop the business because he's basically saying everybody in their business is corrupt, and he's hounding Oscar Isaac trying to find out, where is he, is he lying on the books, or is he stealing money from here, overpricing his customers? Like, what's he doing wrong? And so through the whole movie, he's trying to be good and trying to make sure he's like, hey, I'll do everything by the book. Then he have people trying to kill his people or hurt people that works for him and trying to frame him and all this kind of stuff. So all that going together is just really good movie. Really good movie. And what's next? Oh, my DVD pick of the week. And that, I'm a little biased of this movie because of the actor. The Judge. It's for Robert Duvall and my boy Robert Downey Jr. The reason I say I'm biased is because Robert Downey Jr. is my favorite actor. And so anything he does, I'm on board. Sherlock Holmes, Iron Man, of course, Tropic Thunder. Anything he does, I'm all in. That dude just, he can do no wrong. And Robert Duvall in it, he actually got Best Supporting. He's nominated for Best Supporting Actor, and then you also got Billy Bob Thornton in it, and that's basically Robert Downey Jr. is a hotshot lawyer in L.A., I believe, and his dad Robert Duvall is a judge. That's basically the story is Robert Duvall is being accused of murder, but he's an older guy, so he doesn't really remember what happened the night that everything occurred. And Robert Downey Jr., who hates his home, like his dad lives in a small town, and Robert Downey Jr. ran from his home and never been back, and he's forced to go back and try to solve his dad's case. He ends up being his dad's lawyer, and it's basically about finding out, did his dad really do it, and can he get his dad off? And then they're back and forth because Robert Duvall and Robert Downey Jr. don't get along as father and son. I mean, it's just a lot of back and forth with those two. But to me, I mean, critics don't give it. I think critically is around a high 40 or a mid 50, but user rating is like a 73. And I was the person that walked out, and I was very happy. But with the critics, it's a lot of them saw it as gonna be like an Oscar caliber movie. Like they thought it was gonna, in a running for Best Picture. And then, so, I mean, a lot of those guys had real high expectations, and I did too, but I didn't have it as an Oscar caliber high expectation. I just went in like, this is going to be a good movie because my man's in it, and Robert Duvall's in it, Billy Bob Thornton, and I'm just going to have fun in it. And that's what I did. I had fun in the movie. I enjoyed it. I laughed. And I was trying to figure out, hey, did he really do it? It made you think. Like, it's one of those movies that you got to think. So I got everything I needed out of it. Well, that's all I have for you guys today. If you guys were Seahawk fans, you guys can wipe your tears. Hopefully, look forward to next year. Congrats to the Patriots, even though I'm not a Patriots fan. But, hey, somebody has to win the Super Bowl. I hope you guys have a good day. Thank you guys for supporting it, supporting all the shows, views, likes, and everything like that. If you guys have any topics you want me to talk about, don't forget the email at talkingmovieswithd@gmail.com. Also, don't forget to click the like button on YouTube to let me know that you guys are liking the videos, as well as hitting the subscribe button so whenever I do upload new videos to YouTube, you guys can get the content and you don't have to be looking for posts or texting me and say, hey Derek, when the next video is coming, because they're already coming to you. You get a notification if once I post them. Also, you can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. I got a Twitter, and at dwood2324 or at Derek Woodron. And trust me, I'm getting better at posting, and I'll continue trying to post more. I have more photos from Shine and my AMTC grad party. Everybody at AMTC, I do have more pictures for our grad party. I just got my phone back, so I'll be posting pictures of that soon. And that's everything I got, guys. So have a good day. Deuces.